Hey everyone. Welcome to another episode of Community. I am overjoyed because I'm in person, IRL, in the studio today with my friend Virginia from Acre75. I love Virginia. I have to say it. I when she came in, I was like, I rarely do in person, like in the season of motherhood. And you were the first person I emailed when I chose this day, to do this, because I think you are the ultimate community builder in your business. And so I was like, I need to have you on. I am so excited. So thank you so much for being here and making the trek.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so thrilled to be here and excited that I'm the first one to see your mic flag.
Yeah.
And thank you so much. It's such an honor.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, Virginia, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about Acre75? Because you know I love you and love all that you're doing. I was just saying, I was like, I just got my box. I'm so excited. But yeah, give me the scoop and kind of like maybe how it started and what it looks like today.
Oh my gosh, yes. We might be here for an hour.
Yeah.
So Acre75 Gathered is a Canadian subscription box, and everything that we feature is made in a small town in Canada with fewer than 30,000 residents.
Amazing.
So true small towns. It is a lifestyle subscription box, everything from home goods to bath and body goods to gourmet food items, which are always a favorite. And we ship boxes across Canada and the U.S. Oh my gosh, it's a brand built on story. Mm-hmm. The name is after the farm that I grew up on. I grew up on a 75-acre farm outside of Mildmay, Ontario, up in Bruce County. And I'm a small-town girl through and through, and I wanted my business to reflect that, which is why every item is made in a small town.
Love that.
Yeah.
So how did you get started with this? Like thinking about, obviously the name is so meaningful to you, but thinking about, what made you be like, I'm going to make a subscription box?
Okay, so it wasn't actually a subscription box company to begin with.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was on mat leave with my first daughter, Evelyn. This was back in 2016 that she was born. And I always wanted to have my own business, always. I didn't know what it was going to be.
Wait, what did you do before that?
I was in marketing and branding.
Okay, great.
Yeah, for various corporations and a couple boutique marketing agencies. So yeah, I was on mat leave, and that was it was almost like a permission. Mm-hmm. Like I had a year to figure something out for myself, to chase my own dream, to pursue something for me. And I think it was around Christmas time, 2016, that it kind of came to me. I must have seen like a gift box company at the time. And I really realized that I wanted it to be online. I wanted it to be like super flexible, whatever it was. I didn't want to be held to hours. I wanted it to be, flexible and fluid with motherhood, as you understand now. And I think I saw a gift box company, and I realized, you know what? There's so many amazing makers in my town, in my hometown of Mildmay. There was a wooden vase maker. There was a person that I knew making reclaimed railroad tie beer bottle openers. So I was like, I saw the gift box company, and I said, why don't I create something like that? But every item is going to be made in a small town. So January to March of 2017, I worked on developing the brand. Wasn't sure what it was going to be named. And then Acre75 came to me one day, and I loved it, and it was an immediate yes. So I'm so appreciative to God and the universe for that download. And in April of 2017, we launched Acre75 Gift Box Co. So it was gift boxes to start with. So curated gift boxes. So I had like 25 different options for various events in life, milestones and whatnot.
Yeah, love.
So that's how the business launched. That's what it was called, Acre75 Gift Box Co. By December of 2017, I wasn't overly happy with the sales in the first little bit. So this is like...
What was your metric for success on that, being so new in business?
I expected... I expected sales to flood in.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, right? Like, I mean, as we do as new business owners. And I mean, this was 2017. Like, online businesses weren't really a thing at that time. Like, online stores, like, weren't really a thing. And if they were like drop shipping. Like that's like everything that I read about in those early days was like, you should drop ship, like be the middleman, blah, blah, or like eliminate the middleman, like, and that's what I was going to do for the first bit, but it just didn't feel authentic. It didn't feel me. So I went to a pop-up in December of 2017, and somebody asked me if they could buy the item individually that was in the box. And a bunch of people were asking me that.
You're like, no, annoying.
Basically. And yes, you can. Because I wanted it to be like a full online store. But at the time, again, like people weren't shopping online the way they do now.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel right, like selling these things online, which was like, it's so funny now thinking back that way. But in, I guess it was 2018, early 2018, I listened to what the customers wanted, and I started a full-fledged online store. So I started, I created individual product pages in Shopify. I'm still powered by Shopify, which I love.
Yeah.
Created individual product pages. It was a full-fledged online store, which felt awesome. Still wasn't happy with the sales, though.
Right.
I didn't really have metrics to answer your earlier question.
Yeah.
I didn't really know.
The reason I asked that, sorry to interrupt, is because it's funny when often we talk about success, right? And even like this morning, me and Ben, my teammate, were talking about like success in the business, and we were like, I think we're gonna be like $10,000 shy of our goal or whatever. So I was like, how do I make 10 grand? Like we're like laughing about it, and at the end of the day, I was like, we probably made more money than like someone might make in their lifetime, like, you know. And here I am being like, well, we might not hit this like arbitrary goal. Right? So I was curious, like, was it like profitability? Was it like, oh, I wanted 100, or like where did that kind of come from?
Yeah, I wanted to be able to pay myself.
Yeah, fair.
I didn't want to have to go back to work.
Yeah,
but I did. I had to go back.
You had to go back. No,
I had.
You were humbled.
I mean, That's hilarious, actually, because I launched in April of 2017, and Evelyn turned 10. Evelyn turned 1 2 weeks later, and I went back to work. Like I mean, there was only like a 2-week period where I had a store and had to go back to work after mat leave. But
you thought it was going to pop off of that 2 weeks?
I don't know what I thought. I did go back only part-time, so that was big. I don't know. It's hilarious to think about now.
I'm like, these expectations were insane.
Yeah, as they are in the early days.
Yes,
right?
of course.
Like, we expect it to just like immediately be a huge success.
Yeah.
So I only went back part-time, and then I did quit my job in 2018. After I had launched the full online store. I still was not making money, though. Like, I wasn't paying myself really.
Right.
So 2018 happened, and then like a whole bunch of life happened in between there. So we decided that we wanted to have another baby, and we were able to get pregnant right away. Amazing. And then had my first miscarriage in October of 2018. And it was kind of like in that time period. So I guess it was like almost like a year and a half, 2 years of owning the business. And just like those early days, like it's so stressful in the early days, especially as a product-based business. And when the miscarriage happened, like it completely knocked me. Like it was not something I ever imagined I would experience or go through. And it also helped me to realize that I needed the business to be more predictable. I needed something. I needed to know when the next sale was going to come in because the stress that I was having, it was too much.
Right.
Like it wasn't I wasn't feeling, I guess I wanted to feel more in control. When you have a business, that's like the thing that like you like just don't really have.
Yep.
Unless you offer a subscription.
Yeah. Like recurring revenue, yeah.
Some recurring, predictable revenue. So then it was January of 2019. It's a long trajectory.
No.
January 2019 to March 2019, I gave myself those 3 months to figure out how to launch and run a subscription box. And in April of 2019, so 2 years after launching the business as a whole, I launched Acre75 Gathered, the subscription box.
Well, a quick question for you, Virginia. You're talking about these like 3 months where you're like, I gave myself 3 months to figure this out, which I think is very common, right? Like, you're like, I need to figure this out. I'm going to give myself a time. This is what it's going to be. What were the steps you took to figure it out? Like, who did you lean on? What did you do to like try to figure it out?
Yeah, that's such a great question. Something amazing to reflect back on. Gosh, at the time, blogs.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember who the book was written by, but I bought a book on subscriptions.
Yeah.
Still have that book, still refer to it all the time. I worked really hard on figuring out the back end. So figuring out the cadence, figuring out the billing, and like how that would all work with the renewals and whatnot. And like that was like very confusing to figure out.
Yeah.
Figuring out the different themes of the boxes. And I guess in like that 3-month period, I would have for sure been on with Shopify support a lot. Like that is something that I cannot push and stress enough. Like, their support is incredible.
You're like Shopify's biggest fan over here. Like.
Kind of, yeah, actually. Well, there's another story there too. I do love Shopify. Have had no issues with them. And their support was amazing. So definitely doing a lot of research on the app that I wanted to use, which I used a certain app and now I use a different app. So like all these things that you just kind of, you
gotta like learn, And
then the marketing end of it too, right? Like the messaging was huge. I think at the time I had Carly help me with that. Yeah, I did actually. So I hired Web of Words to help me with that, the launch of Acre75 Gathered.
Yay. We love Carly.
We do love Carly. So there was a series of Instagram posts at the time, which was like super helpful. And then I hired some photographers. So like it was a whole thing.
Yeah, you like brought
all of
the
marketing
together.
Thing. Yeah.
I'm curious, did you search for, and I'm just asking and there's no right answer, but like did you look for like mentorship? I know you have a mentor that has a subscription box, or you have had.
I have,
yeah. And like, is there like a subscription box owner community?
I think that there is.
Yeah, I'm just not in it.
I'm not really in it.
You know what? We were the same with the social media agencies. Like, I look back now and I'm kind of like, there were probably easier ways we could have built this rather than us just like guessing everything. And
I know,
6 months in, we did get a coach who owned a marketing agency, but like, there had to be someone who could have moved us faster. Yeah.
It's so funny, eh? Like, there's that that feeling of like intimidation.
Yes,
and like asking somebody for support and like to pick their brain, right? Like it feels cringy, but it really shouldn't, because people are so generous.
So generous, and what I've found too is that even if you're kind of willing to invest even like a little bit, I've been impressed by that. Like. Even for me, in growing our agency, Jacqueline Johnson is a mentor of mine. She is the original founder of Create and Cultivate. And her original business was a marketing agency that she created, bought, and sold. So it was like a whole thing. Okay. I'd never thought about selling an agency before. And like, we're not in a position to sell today. But she really, like, when I was like, hey, like, what do people look for to sell? She's like, yeah, like, happy to share with you. We had a great conversation. Like, it was so easy. And I know she does calls on intro for $300. Like, my 20-minute conversation with her worth $5,000, like, so like brought me up to speed so fast. So sometimes it's like the who, not the how, right? Like getting in front of the right person.
Always. Yeah, for sure. So I did. Yeah. I reached out to Mark LaFleur at the time, who owned True Local, the subscription box. And he was incredible. Offered me so much guidance in those early days, which was awesome. And now like, I'm doing that for other subscription box companies. That. Like, people are reaching out to me all the time, and I am like very generous.
Yeah, of course. Pay it forward.
I share it with them for sure.
How did you find that balance, Virginia, at the beginning where, you get connected with Mark, True Local is a pretty big business. I think he had an exit, right?
Yeah.
From there, like, how did you, one, get the confidence to like talk to someone who's so much farther ahead of you in business and be able to like pick their brain? Because often there's a level of imposter syndrome, I think, of doing that.
That intimidation, right?
And two, like, how do you best utilize a mentor like that? Like, where you're not overdoing it. Because I've been in that season, right, where people have been messaging me and I'm kind of like, oh, God, like, this has to stop. Yeah. But then also, like, keeping it respectful and,
totally. Yeah, that's a great question. So one of my mottos in life is that if you don't ask, the answer is always no.
Yes. What is that? Closed mouths don't get fed? Is that what the saying is? Anyway.
Yeah, something like that, right? So like if you don't ask, the answer is always no.
Yeah.
So if you don't put yourself out there and you don't ask the question, then you'll never know what the answer is.
Yeah.
So for me, reaching out to Mark, it was actually an in-person event at the time in Collingwood, and they were a vendor at an event, and it was a CrossFit thing. I was not participating. My sister and I were just walking through this event.
Wow.
And they were there, and I have always wanted to reach out to them and work with them in some sort of capacity. And I just went up and asked. I just went up and talked. I went up and talked to her and talked to them, and it was so awesome. And from there, it led to we did a giveaway together, and then I had the courage to just ask him, just straight up, do you do mentorship? Do you do mentorship? And he got back to me and said, yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
Yeah. And for boundaries, it's so important, right? Because we're all so busy. At the time, he's running a multi-million-dollar business.
Yeah.
Want to be mindful of that for sure. So reaching out when there is a real question that you want answered for sure, figuring out what that communication is.
Yes.
For me and him, it was just texting.
Yeah.
And then we had one session a month.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I guess really gathering a whole bunch of questions and asking all at once. And then whenever there's something pressing, then just sending a quick text and being don't have to answer right away.
Yeah, when it works. Yeah, I think too, it's also anyone listening to this who's seeking mentorship or whatever, it's also about trying to find ways to add value back to whoever it is that is mentoring you as well. Trying to continue to build that bridge, which I love. I also love your boldness of you just see these people at a CrossFit event. You're I want you to mentor me. I love that.
Yeah. And I mean, it wasn't just that. It wasn't immediately that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was hey, and I was actually talking to Irma, who is Mark's wife now. That's who I ended up talking to at the booth that they were at, and yeah, it was literally just a conversation. Like you said, so much success in life is just because you're just a normal person who likes to have a conversation.
Yes,
with somebody.
I say this all the time. Me and Maria's success. People are always how did it grow so fast? I'm we're normal. And cute and fun. That's really it.
Literally just I just love people. I love having conversations with people. And that's what it was, right? I just went up and talked to her, introduced myself, said who I was, what I'm doing, and it led to the giveaway first.
Yes.
Right? So, and then the mentorship. So things might not it's planting the seed, right? And it takes a while for the plant to bloom. So planting the seed is the biggest thing.
Totally agree. My friend, mutual friend Stacey Ballard, this is something her and I talk about all the time, is that sometimes you plant a seed and it could take years to come to fruition. Other times you plant a seed, it's overnight, but not applying too much pressure on that and seeing where it goes, because that's also a piece of it. It's busy people are busy for a reason.
Exactly.
So even, sometimes we'll be that person's responding to my email, and I'm they're in it.
Yeah.
And the right season. I'm not going to email them 25/8, trying to get in hold of them.
And having said that, the follow-up is so important.
Yes. It's a balance. It's a delicate balance. And honestly, I think one of the things that I think is important for people to hear is you're going to get no's.
Yeah.
And you're going to get, even with sponsorship for High Vibe Women, we get, actually, you're actually a great example of this because we cold outreached you and you sponsored one of our High Vibe Women events. And now Virginia has been an active vendor. She's coming back in March. So happy and grateful. But you didn't respond right away.
No.
Because I think you were in it probably with your,
I'm always in it.
Always in it.
I need a follow-up.
Yes.
I need a follow-up. I'm sorry to people who reaching out. I'm often not replying on the first email.
Yeah, good for you.
Because my inbox is insane every day. It gets wild.
I actually know someone, I don't know if this will give you any permission, I'm just going to give this to you, but this woman, one of the first masterminds I went in, she came to speak, she ran an agency, and one of the things she said is she has an autoresponder on her email that's kind of keep trying.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep trying. I'm not going to be responding.
Forever out of office.
Yeah. I'm not looking at this. But it's about capacity management too, right?
Capacity. And it's the reason why I'm not responding immediately is because I am so good at setting boundaries.
Good for you.
This is something that I have worked so fucking hard on.
Yes.
In my business, in life in general, because I don't want my business to take over my entire life, and it has.
Yes.
It has for a few different seasons in life, for sure. So, I'm not checking my email in the evening
Yeah.
So, and I'm checking my email like a few times during the day. And it depends what season I'm in.
Yeah.
So like if I'm in a season of packing a box, then I'm not replying to an email.
Yeah.
So that was probably the email that you sent.
And that wasn't meant to be shameful. It was literally meant to be like
No, for sure.
I think,
true.
and I remember we emailed, and then like randomly one day you were like, "Yeah, I'm in," and we were like, "Oh, totally forgot about you." Like that's awesome. Like it was such a win.
Yeah.
Actually, you got the opportunity to bless and surprise people when you're like that. You know what I mean? Because then people are like, "Whoa, great!"
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, this is funny.
So yeah, it is. Like, it all depends on the season, and that's also something to be mindful of when you're reaching out to a mentor. Is being mindful of the season that they're in.
Yes.
Too, right? So like if you're sending me an email between November and December, I'm probably not going to be replying.
Yes.
Because it's like I'm in it. It's like holiday mode then during that time, right? But like if I'm in like a planning mode, then I'm probably going to be at my desk and I probably will reply immediately.
Yeah.
So like there's either I'm replying immediately or
30 seconds later, I'm like, Virginia, are you okay?
like 3 days. Anyways, yeah.
It's so interesting because I do think, like, even I find this with introductions and stuff, like sometimes people will ask me, like, for intros to people. Mm-hmm. And I actually do a mindful, like, what are they up to?
Yeah.
Like,
right?
because an introduction at the wrong time can ruin an introduction.
Totally.
Because it's just not the right timing and it's just not the right season. So, like,
That's so true.
Like, even my friend, you met Marina at Have I Women, and she was amazing. But she was so funny, and like, so many people after were like, hey, I'm like, wondering if you can intro me. I'm wondering if you can intro me, And I was like, so I go to Marina, and I'm like, these are the people who want to meet you. Like, what works for you? What doesn't work for you? And she's like, hey, I'm like super busy with travel right now. Like, let's reconvene on these things. I'm like, great. And she's like, that works, that doesn't. Like, you know. And so I think that's and she's the most gracious with her time. Like, she was giving her email out to people at Have I Women. I was like, stop it. But it's just like amazing. She just wanted to pour in. And so I think it's like just knowing about timing. Mm-hmm. Virginia, my question for you too is like a little bit of a like side quest here, but like you work with so many people, right? You have all these customers, hundreds, or hundreds for every quarter, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, almost 1,000.
Yeah. Okay. It's so exciting. So 2026 is gonna be 1,000, right?
Oh, easily.
Easily. Yeah. Okay. Like, is that goal too small? Like, are we going higher?
It feels good now.
Okay.
For me in my business, I like to like master a certain thing.
Yes.
And it's been slow and steady growth the entire time that I've grown my business.
Yep.
Like very intentional, like brick by brick. And it's such a process-driven business that I need to really figure out like what it takes to ship 850 boxes.
Yes.
What it takes to ship 1,000 boxes.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm at now. So like we have like mastered 850.
Yeah,
right?
love
like,
that.
So like I want to I've mastered 850. So 1,000 will not be a problem.
Yes.
For sure. And then we'll master 1,000 for a bit.
Yes.
And then we'll see.
Yeah, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
It's interesting because there's two things come to mind to me there. Like, one, I like love this idea of mastery because often in business, our businesses actually can't afford to blow up.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I
mean? I
mean?
don't want my business to blow up immediately.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I do want it to eventually, and it has. Like, it has. Like, if I think about, like, where I was in 2017 to where I am now in 2026, it's like, yes, it has blown up.
Totally.
If you think of, like, in a 9-year span. It blew up in 9 years.
Overnight success. But that's the thing is that often I think we're business, like even Maria and I always joke about this because we'll go through seasons where we have like extra social media managers and they'll have huge plates. And then we'll have seasons where it's actually like there's too much work and we don't have enough staff. And it's like we're always to have that ebb and flow. We have on the podcasting side, we have a bit of a better system like in terms of staffing. But like it's so interesting how that always works. But it's like if 30 clients came tomorrow, we wouldn't be able to do it, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm always really
you wouldn't
careful.
be able to do it well.
No,
You
100%.
could,
No,
but
well.
like you would lose your mind.
Yes,
right?
and probably clients
and
along the
then
way.
it's not worth it.
Yes,
Like,
which is the whole point, right? Is that it's not like So I love that. I love that you're not like my goal is 80,000. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you manage all these relationships. You have all of these, you know, customers, which is amazing. I'm one of them. I order the box. I love. But then you also have all these relationships with what would you call this? Like vendors, like
makers.
Yeah, makers.
Yeah.
And you have such deep relationships with them, and like you know,
love it.
we were just talking about this earlier. I'm trying to convince everyone should go voice note Virginia right now to do a podcast. Everyone needs to go do it. But you have these amazing connections with all these makers. how do you manage all of these relationships, and what have been some of your tools in like building up that community to keep people really engaged? Because your customers love you, your makers love you, like people are so involved in what you're doing. So what have you done to kind of build and keep up your community?
Yeah. So like the coolest thing with Acre75 for me is that I have friends in all corners of the country. So I have suppliers and makers from literally coast to coast, Newfoundland to BC to the Yukon. And like, what a gift.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that absolutely incredible?
But when you go visit, like, do you ever you hit makers up?
Like, I need to plan a cross-Canada trip with my family. It's going to happen. And we would literally have people to stay with throughout the country. And like, all of the makers that I work with, they're small-town people just like me.
Yeah.
Small-town folks just like me. And they're community-driven. They're people.
Yeah.
And I have such a great connection with all of them, which is just fantastic.
Yes.
Whenever, like when they are sending me their products for the boxes each season, they often will have a handwritten note in the box, and I keep all of them.
Stop. So cute.
I know.
That's so sweet.
It is actually hilarious where I have them up, but like as of right now, and I have for the last 2.5 years, I have them up in my little bathroom in my shop.
Stop.
That's where they're all hanging at the moment. So very inspirational in my little powder room in my shop, in my little warehouse. But I look at them.
Yeah.
I look at them every day. And I'm like, this is the impact that Acre75 is making. I'm not working with a faceless business, with an overseas manufacturer. Like these are all real people who have families. More often than not, they're women.
Yeah.
They're mothers. They are community builders. They are supporting their towns. They're sponsoring sports teams. They're planning the events. They're doing all of the things.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite ways that we are really promoting them and bringing exposure to these businesses is our new Meet the Maker series that we do now. And that's something that I was able to start doing because I hired a marketing coordinator.
Yes.
Michaela, thank you so much.
We were just talking about this, about how we both have a Michaela, but also, but like how hiring people is an absolute game changer.
Oh my gosh. Like 2025, that was a huge, huge game changer for me. So I actually hired Michaela in actually it was 2025. No, sorry, it's 2024 that I hired Michaela. So she was my first hire, and she's on contract. She has a marketing company, she's a photographer. So she came in to my shop because I wanted to hire a photographer.
Okay, this is so weird, but my Michaela is also a photographer.
Oh my God, wow.
We need to get them like
the same Michaela.
Now I'm kind of scared. They're both working full time for both of us. Hilarious. That would be like traumatic for us to find out. Mine works too much. There's no way.
That's so funny. Anyways, I had I put a call out on my stories for a photographer.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to do the photography anymore. Like I was doing everything.
Right. Yeah. Judge, jury, executioner.
That was like one thing that I wanted to hand off to somebody. And so she came to my shop to talk photography. And then I also had a marketing coordinator job description on my website for like a year, but like didn't tell anybody.
And did people apply to it?
No. Except for Michaela.
Wow.
So when Michaela came through the door, she said, and I saw that you're hiring a marketing coordinator. Like, are you still doing that? And I was like, yes, I am.
Yeah.
Thank you, God and universe.
That's hilarious.
Like, literally like bringing her to me because I don't know if I would have otherwise.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know.
Well, by the fact that you didn't advertise this job posting, it sounds like no.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is that so terrifying to hire?
Why?
It's so interesting, right?
It is interesting. And it's hard too because we were talking about this offline. Like,
yeah.
There's so many hiring horror stories.
Yeah.
Like people are so like, like we've had some for sure, like ourselves. But I couldn't imagine not having people. Like they propel our whole business. No. Everything is so much better because 100%. They're there.
Yeah.
So it's just so interesting.
Yeah. And like that is 100. That making that scary decision is 100% the reason why my business has expanded over the last year and a half. Like it's actually pretty crazy. I think that when I hired Michaela, it was like just post pandemic. So like things were kind of like they had settled, I guess.
Yeah.
So like during the pandemic, Acre75, like I guess it kind of did blow up.
Yeah.
And
People
then
were in
it
the
settled.
house. Yeah.
And then it settled. And I think that when I first hired her, we were shipping 400 boxes maybe.
Wow. In a year and a half, you've doubled?
Yeah. 850.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And then 1,000 for sure. Like, no problem.
What do you think has been the key to that? Like, so you hire this marketing coordinator. Is there something marketing related she's doing that's so like exceptional?
Showing up.
Tons. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
100%.
Tell us.
Yeah. Just being able to show up. So, so the Meet the Maker thing was one of the things that I had her take on. So now, like, she's able to reach out to all of the makers after we've confirmed them for the next season's box, and like she reaches out to them, gathers content from them, gathers all the we ask them questions, she puts that all together, and then we share that. And accountability is the biggest thing. So like we have our content calendar, like this is what we're posting. Of course, it's flexible and fluid, and I can pepper things in as I want, but she keeps me accountable to actually show up.
Do you find too that like now that you have an employee, and do you find that the type of work you do is different, and like what you focus on is different?
Yeah, I do feel like I'm now, and it's interesting that you asked that actually, because I wrote this down. I think halfway through this year is that, or halfway through 2025, is that like I want to become the visionary in the business.
Totally.
Right. And I do feel like I'm starting to be that.
Yeah.
So like I have the vision, and then I have a team to execute it.
Yes.
Which is such a gift.
100%.
Like it's such a gift. Like
and it's such a transition.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Because I even find for myself, like I'm definitely the visionary, like for our biz. Maria's like more of the like, she has vision, a lot of vision too, but like very much the operator, like it's kind of like, let's bring this to life. Like, let's see how this goes. And then now that we have Ben and we have our like kind of full team, it's amazing because it's like, I'm in this season, and especially since I'm my baby, of like, I kind of don't do much I don't want to do.
Yeah.
You know, other than taxes, so annoying. But, you know, like...
There's people for that.
Yeah. Stacey Millard's coming after me all the time. But, like, not in a bad way. But she'll be like, can you send me this credit card statement? And I'm like, this is the third time you've emailed, and I'm so sorry. And you deserve this.
Okay, well, I'm happy that I'm not the only one.
No.
They just emailed me this week, too.
You work with Stacey, too?
I do.
Oh, yay.
Yes. Oh, my God.
Love.
That was a huge move for me in 2025.
She's the best.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah, Thrive Accounting. We're big shout out.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, and it's amazing because it's like, but like it's those level ups, right? Yeah. Hiring an amazing bookkeeper, having an awesome CFO. Like Stacey helped us really. All my podcasts are somehow an advertisement for Stacey, but like. Stacey helped us actually realize like the work we were doing and what was profitable, what wasn't profitable, what we were spending our time doing. Yeah. And even like with staff, it's like, so I love to market. Like I'm like a marketer. So it's like, I love to like show up in stories. I love to like have ideas for content, like all of these things. And it's like, when I'm creative, that's great, but that comes in bursts. And then I'm in on,
right?
Yes, totally. But having that consistent presence is so important, which is why outsourcing is just amazing. Yeah,
absolutely. For sure. And one thing that Stacey said to me on one of our calls was you have to not look at it as an expense.
Yes.
Hiring is not an expense. It's an investment.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, yes, like big time, right? And now I'm starting to see that.
Totally.
Like the business has, I guess, again, like blown up in a sense since hiring Michaela. But then in 2025, operationally, I also brought on some help, which was amazing. So like students helping prep the anything that needed to be wrapped essentially for the box. So like anything that needed to be wrapped.
Oh my God, you were wrapping these boxes.
Folding tissue paper. No, sorry, like a jar of
no, but like you were wrapping.
Oh my God, yeah, I was doing it all.
Oh my
Kristina.
goodness,
I was doing it all.
I mean, I used to post on people's socials accounts, so I feel you. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I was doing it all. Right, like truly, I was. I shouldn't say just me.
Yeah.
I had a team. So like my mom and my sisters and my sister-in-law, my cousins and best friends come and help me pack the boxes.
Yes.
But like the prep beforehand was mostly like me. My mom would come down and help a little bit. Alex, my husband.
It's the best though as your business scales where you're able to like, you know, we see this with High Vibe Women where like the first few High Vibe Women all of my friends volunteered. Like they were like running the desks and like they were like doing all the things. And then so it was funny because our March event's coming up, and my friends were like, okay, like, are we in or are we out? Like, what's the scoop? Like, are we working the desk? I'm like, yeah. One of you can work the desk. The other one can sell t-shirts. Like, we'll figure it out. Like, we're going through it. And then I asked Josh's cousin, who I'm really close with, I was like, do you want to like do this? And she's like, you make money off this. I'm not volunteering. And I'm like, you just got cut from the family Greece trip when this really pops off. It's very embarrassing for you. But like, it takes a village. And especially when you get rid of some of those tasks, it does help you with the CEO brain, which is hard when you're in it because it is cheaper for me to do everything because it's just my time, right? Yeah. Like, I'm like, I'm
cheaper from a finance standpoint.
Totally.
Not from an energy standpoint.
No. And then you're stuck doing all these things. And I'm like, I'm like posting. And now I'm like so much in a better spot. But it actually took me getting pregnant. Yeah. To be able to be like, I actually like need people to take some things away from me. Like that has to happen. Yeah. And now I'm in such a better spot, but it takes time.
It takes time. Yeah. For sure. Right. And you kind of like have to you have to go through it. And you need to feel that discomfort to like know where it is you need help. So like on the logistics and operations side was like 100% where I needed more help. Yeah. Because of the success that we were then seeing because of the investment into the marketing coordinator. Yeah. Right. So hiring some students, some logistics assistants is what I called them. So I have somebody folding tissue paper. I have somebody wrapping the product to protect them while they're shipping, and actually like coming and helping pack boxes too.
Love that.
So and like that was amazing. So like the holiday season of 2025. Yes, it was stressful. Yes, it was like busy. It was my busiest that I've ever been, most successful from a finance standpoint. And I didn't feel burnt out at the end of it, which is like such a gift. Yeah. Such a gift. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, more of that for sure in 2026.
I was going to say, actually, that's an energy thing that Maria and I have really leaned into is this, like, how do we build things that in the way we like them done rather than the way that like the cheapest way to do them. So it's like I'm a huge like in my regular life I'm a huge pay for it kind of girl. Like even like my baby shower I had it at like a bougie venue. I was like I am going to show up at this and this is where I'll be. And like my parents were like they paid for it, but they were like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, because I'm not going to be blowing up fucking balloons. I'm not doing the things. Like my friends would do it, but I'm like, I'm not like making people do this. And then they still did it, but it was fine. So like that's kind of the way I am but in my business life, I'm scrappy. So I'm like, I could just do that. Like it's no problem. Let me just go pick that up or whatever. Now I'm like, pay for the shipping on that. Yeah. Outsource that person to do that. Like get that 100%. Person to set that up. Like I would, that costs $1,500. That's what that costs. Like, and like making choices from that spot because otherwise, like the first High Five Women, we set the whole thing up. We took the whole thing down. We were like putting tablecloths out. Yeah. And then now I'm like, I want this to come and feel like my wedding. Like I just want to come to it because we have to be so energetically on all day. So and then it's like I don't want it to be then the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I'm like absolutely out. I want to be like in that like honeymoon bliss where I'm like, wow, I got to see all my favorite people. That was so amazing, you know?
And if you're burnt out, you're not going to feel any of that.
Yes, 100%.
You're going to be collapsed. You're going to be like turtled. You're going to be on the couch like, don't even talk to me.
Yes, 100%.
Right? So it's a 100% energy thing. I've always been an energy person like that. Paying attention to when things, when there's negative energy, like that's how I set boundaries. And then like ultimately, you just flow better. You feel better. Yeah. Which is like such an important thing as a business owner. Yes. Because it's so easy to become the business and like blend yourself with the business. Totally. You need to figure out a way to unblend.
And it's so easy too. And you know this for your own business, but like, I don't know, like before I was pregnant and had my baby, like I could have done something every night. Yeah. Events, things to do, God, right? And it's like, it's hard to say no to things.
It's like, I'm on the couch by 9:30.
Good for you.
Like that is like the way I begin my day and end my day are like so sacred. And like so like I'm having a shower every single morning in the morning and then in the evening like I'm on the couch 9:30 like I'm still on my phone. Yeah. I want to try not to be. But like I'm not working. So it's just different, right? Like it's a different season of life.
100%.
Motherhood has that way of just it's really helps you to understand what's important and whatnot.
Totally. Yeah. Perspective wise.
Perspective is huge.
Okay. My last question for you, my last little area. So thinking about like, this is really blown up for you this year. And obviously Michaela's been a part of that, your staff, like you being able to operationalize, Stacey, all of that. What have you been doing on the marketing front that you've noticed is really working? And like from seeing all these makers who are marketing their things, and I know we've had like at least one high vibe women vendor join your Roxy. We had Rebecca from Detour. And I'm always thinking about people for you. Like, always like, oh, this person should be in the box. But then I know that I'm like looking up where they live. I'm like, how many people do you have in this town?
Sometimes I push it to like 35.
Yeah. It's like 36,000 your cut. But I'm not a small town girl at that point. But you see all these people and they're all marketing their products. They're all doing things different. This is a huge marketing opportunity for you. And I just want anyone who's listening to this, maybe you're a maker yourself. Virginia puts so much thought and attention to who she chooses, but even more so the like compensation model you have with everyone and like how you expose them, I think is just so beautiful because I know of other subscription boxes that don't do it that way, where it's like financially very sacrificial for these brands. And there is a thing for exposure. I will say you get something in a box, you love it, you buy it again. I know that this stuff works. Like we do with swag bags, right? Like we see this all the time. People, like, I've never really had to pay for anything in a swag bag. We've done odd trades here and there to help people be in the room. But what's amazing is that someone will try Beck's broth and they'll have I think Beck's broth is too big because it's a water of the region. But we'll have Beck's.
Her, though.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I know. I always try to introduce her everywhere. But, we'll have the protein broth and like people will be like, I'm obsessed with this. And then people are buying it in droves. So it's amazing. But what are you seeing from people who are doing their marketing right now and your marketing? What are you thinking is really like working and moving the needle in product-based businesses?
So for me, it's just simply documenting. So it's, I really like, obviously there's the cliche, like fake it till you make it. For me, something that I'm embodying and I have embodied the entire time that I've owned Acre75 is document it till you become it type thing.
Love
right?
it.
So like, just like document the behind the scenes. Show us how you're making the product. Show us the thought behind it.
Yeah.
I want to see how to use it. Like how to actually use it, like where I can place it in my house. Oh my gosh, Rebecca does such a great job.
Yes.
With this. Like explaining how to use her product. Like she nails it every time.
Yeah.
And just really showing up, like actually showing up consistently.
Yeah, love it.
And consistency, like it looks different for everybody, right? And I think it was Mallory Rowan at the March 2025 event that talked about this, that consistency and frequency.
Yeah.
So like we often feel like we need to be like showing up every single day, but when you have established a brand, frequency looks different.
Yes.
Like you only have to show up like 3 or 4 times maybe in like reels or like a post really to make a difference and for people to stay top of mind. So showing up consistently on reels, but then also just like stories.
Yeah.
Stories are my favorite.
Yeah, mine too.
Like I'm constantly there.
Yeah.
Like if there's not really a day ever that I'm not posting a story. And if there is, then it's probably I'm having like a super down day.
Yeah.
And just not
check in on
feeling it.
Virginia.
Yeah.
You don't see her?
Probably actually check in on me. Posting a story. But yeah, like just like showing the behind the scenes, like showing the human behind the business is for me, number one. And of course, testimonials.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, testimonials. Like always.
Social proof, yeah.
Yeah, some social proof. Really hearing about how much people love your company and love your products. Because people do, right? Like people love all of these products. Any product that anybody is like all these small makers. I feel like we don't share that enough. And actually like seeing people using them.
Yeah. I love that. Well, I was going to say too, and something I've noticed, and I'm sure you're speaking to this to some extent as well, is this like idea of the founder story, right? Where it's like Maria and I are always so grateful that, because it comes naturally to us, it doesn't for everybody, but it comes naturally to us to document. So it's like we have.
That's me too. Like it's just like a natural thing. Like,
yes. I'm going to take videos.
Just like somebody's going to want to see this. Like someone's going to want to see my husband shaking his head at me.
Yes, they will. They will want to see it. Me. But me and Maria, like we took photos like the first day we started the social system. And then we have these photos and we look like children, like literally. I'm like, this has aged me for sure. But yes. Yeah, but it's just like you have all these photos and I'm like just so happy and proud of the fact that like 4 years later, I'm now able to like look at all these photos and be like, look how much we've grown. Yes.
We have come so far.
Yes.
Okay, the trend that was going on at the end of 2025, where like you show a picture of your younger self that like you had this idea to start a business And then like all these clips of it's very important that you start that business trend. Oh my gosh, when I posted that, so I posted that reel, but going through all of the videos and the photos and like finding the perfect one for the first picture of that reel, that was a journey.
Well, it's just amazing, and I've said this 100 times, and Lori always says this, is this idea of like business is this like growth journey on a personal level like nothing else.
And especially when you're doing it, being a mother.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Being a parent, right? Like you learn so much about yourself.
Yeah, like, and I can see it now too, like how much like, you know, my priorities have shifted and like that. Like, but even like, I actually read this thing today. There was this Instagram carousel where I'm like 95 years old. I'm like, what is that thing called where it's multiple images? Mom brain over here. But carousel, welcome to my craft.
Okay, I cannot spell that word.
Carousel?
Literally every time I'm trying to type it out to Michaela, I'm like, how in the fuck?
Yeah. This is a voice note situation. But there's this Instagram carousel that was kind of like about motherhood and ambition and about how like, you know, we need to show up. And like, there's this fear like very much online about like, you know, I'm always like in this in between of like, oh, like, am I showing up too much in my business and not enough as a mom? And am I too much as a mom or not enough in my business? Right. Like, and it's like I'm in this season where a lot of women like they pause. And like, it's not a pause, but it's like that. It's like a life pause, right? Where it's like you're all in on your baby. And that actually hasn't been my experience. Like, I was like a week in and I kind of like talked to my husband and I was like, I actually have to continue to work. Yeah. And that's just who I am. And my husband.
And it's so important.
Yeah.
If you were working a traditional job.
Yeah.
I feel we lose so much identity in that first year. Like when, I mean, don't get me wrong, mat leave is such a gift.
Yeah.
We're so fortunate to have that. But yeah, like if you don't have something, you lose that identity. And I did feel that way in my first on mat leave with Evelyn.
I hear that all the time. And like it's either people like I think there's lots of people who love it and they're like that's their favorite thing, which is awesome.
Yeah, totally.
And then there's other people I know who it's like very much like I don't know, like my doctor was like, oh, it's like can be such a fast track to postpartum because you're like in this like season of like you lose everything. Like you're stripped from like going from being so free and you know, you're pregnant so you're tired, but like, you know, going from being so free to being like, can I go take a shower? Would it be okay if I went for a drive? Like, can I go to Costco now? Like, it's now, you know, it's like such a different way of living.
Totally.
And especially with the way I was traveling, like before my business, like so different, right?
Yeah.
I went to a retreat, the Seven Figure Founder Create and Cultivate retreat in September. And it was like the longest I'd been away from the baby. He was like 5 months or 4 months. And it was 4 days. And I wept on the flight, like literally wept. And the flight attendant kept being like, are you okay? And I was like, I'm just a new mom. Like, I just miss my baby. And I come home, I'm like, oh, you're still here. You look exactly the same. Like, perfect, right? No milestones have been reached. You didn't say anything? Perfect. But yeah, it's like such a trip and like such an amazing journey. And that's why I actually think like, you know, you like what this carousel was about. It was about like you living in your full potential. It gives your kids the opportunity to live in their full potential and see things like in a totally different way.
Yeah, totally. It's really interesting, actually, that you say that. So, like growing up, my mom owned a store on our main street in Mildmay. Like she fulfilled her dream of having that shop, and I thought it was the coolest thing that my mom owned a store on our main street. And now, like our kids are gonna feel that way about us in our businesses, and like I wonder if Evelyn does feel that way. Like I think she does.
Do you make them their own little boxes? You should make them little Acre75 kid boxes.
Yeah, totally. I know. I've thought about a kid box. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, one thing at a time. Me and actually poor Virginia. I'll tell you this, and then I'll let Virginia wrap up and tell us how you guys can get boxes. But poor Virginia. Every time I see Virginia, I'm like, hi, I have this vision. And I'm not going to tell you guys what the vision is because I think Virginia's going to make it happen for me. But I'm like, what do you think? And then finally she was like, let's book a meeting and actually fucking talk about this. Like, you stop bringing this up every time you see me and let's actually make this happen. So I think it might. But that's actually, I just also want to say too, and I don't know if this is an area of your business that you're looking to promote, but Virginia's about to do some client gifting with us and there's like a lot of pieces there. I'm so excited. But actually what it reminded me of is it's just such a great example of like people in your network who, you know, I was looking for a solution and I had no idea. Like I was kind of like, I need something that's a little bit tighter than what I'm doing now. And I had to figure this out. And you were kind of like, yeah, like I can just do that for you. And I actually have a connection that might be able to do this piece that you really like and whatever. Yeah. And it's just amazing. Like that's like High Vibe Women has been such a like blessing to us. And I think, but also to the people who get to go and who choose to invest to be in the room. Because you make so many amazing connections and you have no idea where any of these things are going to lead.
You don't. And that's the seed, right?
Yeah.
So that's the planting of the seed. And it's a great segue actually into our spring box.
Yeah, tell me.
And actually when we were talking about the seed and how long it takes for, you know, the roots to develop and to actually see a sprout. I'm such an analogy person and a metaphor person.
Yeah, I was like, you went full tilt there,
business. Yeah, 100%. And like when we were talking about that earlier on in our conversation, in my mind, with Acre75, you know, it's been 9 years now, almost 9 years that I've been running the business. And I always visualize it as planting a tree and not a flower, right? Like, so like the tree, like a tree seed takes forever, right, to develop the roots. And when it does actually start to become a tree, it takes a very long time for that tree to become a big tree that you can, you know, like build a fort in or put a swing on. And like that's for me, like that's what Acre75 is. Like I'm growing a tree, not a flower that's gonna, you know, wilt.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, tell folks how they can get their hands on a box because we're in a season where, well, this is errors that people can order. Yeah. And where they can get a hold of you and join kind of your community.
Yeah, I love this. So we are working on our spring box right now, which is so exciting. And the theme of our spring box is Sacred Spring. So it's all about planting the seed, growing the roots, all about grounding and becoming. And all of the items that are in the box are meant to be like savored very slowly and intentionally.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So like that's perfect timing for that. So our spring box is available as we speak. We are on Instagram, acre75.ca, and that's also our URL, our website. Acre75.ca. And there's a couple different ways to subscribe. So you can subscribe to a seasonal subscription, which you pay for a box. It's basically a pay-as-you-go subscription. So you pay each season. You can cancel anytime after your first box arrives. But you're going to love it so much, you're not going to want to.
No, there'll be no canceling.
No canceling. But if you do want to, it's literally just me and Michaela. So you're not locked in. You're not locked in. For now.
Blood pact. Yeah.
For now, it's just me and Michaela. Yeah, exactly. And then there's also a prepaid annual subscription.
Amazing.
So you can pay for 4 boxes up front. And then, like you said, we also do corporate gifting. So that's a huge part of our business. Put together a very intentional box of locally made goods to give to employees. So we have a couple different clients who give gifts for thank yous, retirements, bereavements, appreciation, client appreciation, employee appreciation, which is so important. And we do like custom branding. So it'll be your logo, Acre75's logo. The info card will have your logo and all the colors.
Yeah,
Again, my background's in marketing branding. So like I geek out on like creating these co-branded corporate experiences. So yeah, a few different ways to support Acre75.
Yay. And I know you will be at High Vibe Women.
Yeah.
Will people be able to get they have missed the spring deadline?
Ooh, it depends.
Okay.
It depends if we sell out or not.
I'm manifesting a sellout for you.
I am manifesting a sellout as well. We do have another idea, though, for High Vibe Women. So there will be an opportunity to support the business.
Yay. Yeah. Yay. Awesome. Awesome. And like Virginia is the absolute best. And so you're going to want to, once you get in her world and like follow her on Instagram, see all the stuff. It's so great to see everything that you're up to and all that you're building. And thank you so much for being on the podcast. I meant when I said you were the ultimate community builder. I like love to chat with people who are building like a real community. We touched on so many topics. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me here. Such a great conversation.
Yay. Well, guys, go give Virginia a follow. Go order that box. Don't unsubscribe. You can't unsubscribe to the box. You're going to be in the box for life. I'm always like so excited about getting it. It's like such a treat. Me and my mom like open it together.
Oh my God. I love those stories.
Yes.
Right? And that's the thing. Like we don't we don't have something we often don't have something for ourselves anymore.
Yes.
So like just like having that moment, when the box arrives, it's often a surprise.
It feels like a gift.
A gift to yourself,
Yeah.
right? Which you deserve.
My mom does steal all the good snacks. I'm just going to say it. Mom, if you're listening, you're not for sure. But if you are listening, I'd like first dips on this next box. Okay, guys, go grab your box. Go give Virginia a follow and keep on building your community.